But people still make buying decisions the same way. They become aware, and then they're interested, and they're like, tell me more. And then they get to the desire, because we all make decisions with our emotions and not with logic. We support it with logic. But then we go, I have to have that because I understand what that transformation would be like if I could just get out of this pain, whatever it is.
Yes.
So that's just like
they
the good stuff.
Too.
What's that? Yeah. Yeah, they can benefit too. But this is like where the good stuff comes out. Like inside of that membership, it's no holds barred. So now those are all also archived. Then you can go back and listen to, maybe I talked to a beautician or a roofer, and you can be like, okay, that's my category. What did she say to that person? And so then it becomes this library. That right now, which is actually still in the creation stage, is probably going to start at about $27 a month. Very inexpensive. That's just to get people to experience, so that I've got people out there being my ambassador going, oh, you need this, girl. And then we'll go from there. I'll start offering more checklists and SOPs and all that. But yeah, that's in the works.
The kind of membership people aren't going to want to lead. It's like your utility bill. I love your mention of MySpace. Everybody that's live or listening to this on the recording are going, if you're under 30, you're going, what?
What's MySpace?
Remember that? That was a big deal back then. Okay. So, you talked about the do-it-yourself being 97. The freelancer, is that also 97?
No, that's $297.
Okay,
and with that, you get all the documents. There's some examples of quote unquote legal documents, contracts, but I'm going to make a preface here that you need to take it to an attorney if in your area, and get all the laws for your state and your community applied to that. But it gives you a track to run on, so you kind of know, okay, I'm going to submit this contract to a new prospect that is going to become a client, and they're going to understand what my scope of work is, what are the deliverables, and all of that will be outlined for you.
I love it. I'm glad you're charging more for the second one. And we talked about you were going to start lower for the lab, which makes sense. So then you can say, hey, you know what? I'm going to take 25 founding members, and I'm just picking that number. It doesn't have to be I think you mentioned 27.
Yeah, $27.
It's 27 a month. And then etc. Now let's throw in a fun little piece here, because I was thinking, what could be a good spinoff for this? And there's so many things you could do. What I came up with, or my suggestion, is that you do pop-up trainings. Like you've got a new idea for a template, or somebody wants to go deeper on one, or they have one specific question they want to go deep on. That can be something you pop up and just do. And it's not limited to one spinoff. You can have multiple. I mean, Happy Days had Laverne and Shirley and Mork and Mindy. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
The other thing that could be part of that pop-up is like a pop-up 3-day or 5-day challenge. Yeah.
And so I'm using language they understand. Local visibility. Okay. What's happening in that space right now? And it literally changes daily. And so I have AI create a digest for me of all the high profile communicators, thought leaders in that space. And then I pick something that I know is essential to my ideal client. And I put it in everyday common language and tell them what the expectations are now, what they can do on their own, or what they can hire somebody for. And if they hire somebody, whether it's me or somebody else, what should they be looking for? And so then that way, they can decide what they want to do. And this is my way of, like, it's a spinoff, but it like happens once a week, because it's like, wait, now you can now, I don't know if you've seen it, but you can now take your phone and not just take a picture and pull it into Google Lens, but use your camera live and have a conversation with AI and say, I'm looking at this plant and it's wilting. What should I do about it? And you've got your camera focused on that plant.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Live.
It's insane. The other thing I discovered along those lines, because I've got binder upon binder upon binder of old newspaper columns that I wrote, and the place they were stored got shut down. So, easy in articles. And so I'm like, how can I use these? You can take a picture of print and load it up and say, please print this out for me.
Yeah.
And it's right there in the AI. And I'm like, I like this. Welcome, Ellen, and other people that are just joining us. We are building an evergreen profit machine for Melanie Campbell, all around getting visible and getting found. And Melanie, you just said something huge that I don't want people to miss, and that's that Google is telling you what your pop up should be.
Yeah.
Okay? And say again how they're doing that, so
Okay.
it
So I'm letting
becomes
people
an
know.
idea factory.
Exactly.
I love it.
Exactly.
Perfect.
So last night I walked away with a brand new full campaign just from that.
And dinner.
So you inspired me.
Yay, my pleasure. That makes me so happy. Makes my day, and you're gonna kill it with this. So wrapping up, folks, we've created Melody's Evergreen Profit Machine. The lead magnet is article style, a cheat sheet. Okay. Now you can go get that right now at jeffherring.com.
Quick before I make it only 3.
There you go. Jeff, jeffherring.com/melody, MELODY. And yeah, we're going to make it 3. And then the prequel product, the starter pack, will be more. It could be the other 7. It could be all the way up to 15, whatever. Okay. And I'm going to use a fancy word here. We bifurcated the corp. Woo! Which means it's in 2. One is a do-it-yourself. The other one is you can do it for others and start a business with it. Sequel, the small business marketing lab, and then the pop-ups, new ideas, new trainings, um, as they come out. Now, any questions at this point, my friend?
I'd
Yeah,
love to give value. Um, yeah, I could go off on that a bit, but I really do. I want them to feel like, okay, I could do this. But
yeah,
then I also
yeah,
want to make them curious to go, wait, but how does this work? And then
yeah,
that's when they want the rest of my package.
yeah. Oh, I love it. I could take you to the restaurant I was sitting in Tallahassee after clients one day, reading an ebook that was. I've been trying to figure out the internet for months. And there I am writing a weekly 650 word column for the newspaper that got syndicated all over the world. And this ebook's about marketing with articles, and the world shifted.
Yes.
Like this, I can do this. And I
Yep.
love when we help clients get to that. All right. So folks, now again, go get her lead magnet at jeffherring.com/melody. If you get it now while you're live, you're going to get 10.
Yep.
If you're listening to this on the on-demand replay, you're going to get 3. Okay. Now, um, I love it.
They might need that. So it's Jeff.
Yes, jeffherring.com/melody, MELODY. Are they
I'm
saying they
gonna.
tried it and there's something wrong? Because it was working before we went live. Because it's a pretty one.
Yeah, it went right to it. So I don't know what
We're
happened.
good.
Maybe a typo.
We're good. Yeah, or either that or refresh your page and try again, clear your cache, all those things. Now, we had our we had our opening sponsor. And you know what's funny, Melody, is people go, I went to that website and it wasn't there. And I have to sometimes explain, these aren't real. We're just having fun to entertain, right? So our closing sponsor, I love this one. And folks, I didn't make these up. I asked AI to do it and they did a great job. Yeah. The Society of $7 offers that took 90 hours to build.
Oh my.
Right? The Society of $7 offers that took 90 days to build. Check it out at IamDefinitelyUndervaluingMyself.org, and get your bonus PDF, How to Burn Out Before You Break Even. Okay?
Yeah, because
Um,
you can make it up in volume.
I love it. I love it. All right, Melody, thank you so much for being here and bringing us great stuff.